Don't have one. Now is the time of year most of us want a pool.
One Oklahoma family thought they'd have one, especially after they paid $65,000. Our Consumer Watch team tells us the pool's in, but being able to enjoy it is a different story.
You know, I've got a lot of pool here, and parts of it are really pretty, but right now I look at the pretty pool and I look at a wreck.
By now, Larry Odom expected to be enjoying his pool, scenery and all. You see, back in January of this year, he hired Russell Pools to start the job. They're an Oklahoma City company. Larry lives in Lawton. Now, that wasn't supposed to be an issue, but getting everything completed has turned into one.
And if I had my way, I'd push this whole thing back in the hole and forget it.
Here's where the problem started.
5 foot, 2 inches.
The hot tub is unmistakably 10 inches shorter than the contract reads.
Doesn't sound like a big deal until you get in there with all your heavy-set friends and all your knees are touching.
Here's another example. This water pipe is supposed to be a 10-foot slide.
I had a conversation this morning, and I was told that maybe they will come out and do the water feature at the end of next week.
Since this interview, a week has passed, and Larry says the slide looks the same.
That retaining wall is supposed to be under the fence.
Larry's already paid in full for that wall, the pool, and the slide. That's $65,000.
They've already got my money. That's my problem. All this is already paid for, but it's not finished.
Granted, we did have a lot of rain this summer, but Larry points out if they had started in January when the contract was signed, it should have been done before the downpours.
We try to call. Our calls go straight to voicemail.
There's been no communication, very little communication, maybe.
We found Susan Prescott, another one of Russell Pool's customers.
Well, this is the hole.
She signed a contract in April and knew there would be delays because of the June rains.
But since then, I've seen no faster work, no more work than before the rain. It's been about the same before, during, and after, and that causes concern for me.
I think a lot of people like to be called daily, and yeah, I'm guilty of that. I don't call people daily.
Jody Russell agreed to sit down with us to explain the complaints against his company.
The amount that we, so to speak, bid off, we can typically chew in a season. But it's been a really tough season.
He says the rain has pushed an entire summer's worth of work into this month. The reason they didn't finish Larry's project before the rain hit is due to other factors out of their control.
They had to have a legal survey.
He says the city of Lawton has different requirements than other cities. That put them behind. So did relying on other subcontractors. The slide and retaining wall have not been finished because those projects were added just recently. As for the mismeasured spa,
we did what we could, basically, in order to fit that spa in there.
He says their contract allows for them to be 5% off on both sides. But our calculations show they were off more than that. Larry says the company offered him $1,000 for the mistake. Larry turned it down and says he may pursue legal action.
And I don't want anybody else to go through what we've gone through. And that's what this is all about.
Right. In the end, we did press Russell Pools, and they gave us some promising news for Larry.
Everything that they've paid for, I would say, would be done by the end of next week, possibly by this weekend.
The Better Business Bureau has given the company an unsatisfactory record, but the company tells us it's because of one client who they are working to please. We're here to keep an eye out for you. All right, and if Amanda can help you with something, be sure to give our Consumer Watch team a call. That number right there on your screen, 841-9921.